Can I help you, sir?
Hi, can I have a Sprite, please?
Okay, sir. They are crazy. They think they are a woman, but they are a dude to me. Here you are, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
What the f?
Now you know how I feel. Stop misgendering people if you don't want to be misgendered yourself.
I hope that's a troll. You know, half the time at this point, I don't even know what's fake and what ain't when it comes to this realm of TikTok. You want to hope that was fake. You want to hope that was just a full-on capping, trolling, just scripted insanity. But I don't think it is. If I was a betting man, I'd bet more along the line that that was made with the intention of a PSA of sorts. Don't like being misgendered? I can just imagine this woman right here saying yes ma'am to me. Could you imagine? Working the line at Taco Bell and old shorty there hits you with the yes ma'am, thank you ma'am. I'd like to, sure, okay. I couldn't, you wouldn't make me mad because you call me anything you want. That shit would never bother me anyway. But if shorty was calling me ma'am, I think we all, I think we all know how that would end. And it wouldn't be with what she was hoping it would accomplish.
I'll give you 3 reasons. 1, she's a female. 2, she's not a boy. And 3, and most importantly, she's a girl!
Oh, this side of TikTok specifically grinds my fucking gears like nothing else. Not only using your kids on TikTok, but making this type of content with your, I guess, 8-year-old trans daughter. It's heartbreaking, ain't it? Like, it's those specifically, the kids. Like, I can't even say I try and stay away from them because I really don't. But it's terrible. It's child abuse, in my opinion. I'm sure some people will disagree. If you're not only putting your kids on TikTok, but also transing your kids and putting them on TikTok, that's a double strike against you that you shouldn't even be allowed to be in the same house as your children.
The voices, the fucking voices.
Don't you just imagine that's about how all of them are in private? Look at that room, man. Look at the mountain of stuffed dolls. Look like you're. I mean, I guess I'm happy to see that at least you got a job. But then I just imagine with all the other, like, good God, is that a? Hold on. I'm gonna read a little too much into this. But is that like a college diploma on the wall? I mean, I guess it could be a high school diploma, but people generally don't hang high school diplomas up quite like that. I mean, maybe some do. I'm just imagining. It looks like you got a college diploma right at the tip top of like a 6-foot stack of stuffed Pokemon dolls. Got the nerve to talk about the voices. You know, I'd like to imagine we all got voices in our head to one extent or another. I guess it just boils down to how loony our voices actually are or not. I know I talk to myself. I like to imagine I'm not alone in that, but it's usually just right along the same frequency. I don't have any kind of like polar opposite voices of what I would typically say out loud anyway. But then I see old dude here. I guess it's dude. I'm gonna assume it's dude. And if somebody's misgendering you, your name is something like Abigail or Nancy or something.
I am trigender, which means like a triangle, I have 3 genders.
That's another one of those, I would hope it's a troll. It's not. These aren't fake. These aren't cap. These ain't trolls. These are an inside look of the mind of some of these people. And it's insane to imagine that, like, we're trying to talk to kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd graders about this type of stuff, thinking that, like, they could be anybody that they want to be in that sense. When it comes to actual hardwired science of their body. These people definitely know what they're talking about, right? Am I right?
Male, female, and non-binary. And the difference between trigender and gender fluid is that I feel all 3 of these genders at the same time. All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
I feel male, female, non-binary.
All the time.
I'd imagine that's everybody at the end of the day. You know, because I know not everybody is a textbook example of what a man is and what a woman is. But this whole non-binary, that's the most useless, pathetic title of them all. But you just imagine this woman is all three. And yeah, no, that's let's completely ignore the 100, 200 years actual science, like in the medical field, gender dysphoria and the likes. We'll just disregard all that stuff. And we'll let old Blue Lips here tell us how she feels in a minute by minute throughout her day. And that'll dictate the whole world, right?
Validating a trans or non-binary person's gender identity is not a first world problem.
It is the first world problem of all first world problems. This is only a problem that you can have in the first world. Sure, you might find a couple sporadically peppered throughout the world, but nothing like the West at this point. It is a full-blown dystopian nightmare of first world problems.
Yet transphobes love to portray misgendering as the peak of first world problems.
The peak! The Everest of peaks.
Whataboutism is a common tactic to invalidate trans people. But these people don't care about children in Ukraine either.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Run that back.
Whataboutism is a common tactic to invalidate trans people.
Yeah.
But these people don't care about children in Ukraine either.
Yeah, that's a fucking whataboutism. Did Shorty just say people use whataboutisms and then use a whataboutism?
People in developed countries' comparative privilege is used as a tactic to say, hey, your life isn't all that bad.
Oh, it's not. Those are definitely crosses you have firmly planted on your own back. All of you. No, at least 99.7% of you. A self-given, self-built cross that you just slapped on your back there and just love carrying it around, swinging around and just cracking everybody in the head with it.
So I approached the stranger. Stranger was sitting with a friend. I went up to them and I was like, hey, so sorry to bother you. I think you're really cute. I was wondering if I could get your number. They look at me and they go, oh my gosh, I am so flattered. That means so much. Thank you. But I'm actually straight. And I said, no worries. And I walked away and I didn't tell them that I am a woman.
What is a woman, actually? Could you answer that for me, Shorty? Ms. whatever your name is? Tell me, what is a woman?
The idea of being rejected and having someone assume my gender felt safer to me than me standing up for myself and saying to the person I'm actually a woman.
Standing up for herself. This brings us to the peak of the insanity that is misgendering. It was a build-up of kind of loony, a little more loony, wholly loony. This is all the loonies in one in this one situation. 3, 2.
Hey!
What? He'd probably be
Do
what?
not get up in my face like this. You do not want to be playing this.
We can't talk man to man? We can't talk man to man?
I could tell you, as a man, I wouldn't ever dream of stepping up in a man's face that's easily at least 2 times bigger than me. Working on about 2.5. You look like you're maybe 115. 115, as a man, would step to a 200-pound man's face and think they're gonna say, what, you can't talk man to man? This is what we're creating, folks. This is just all part of the grand scheme in the end that just destroys it all. It's the inmates run the asylum.
I don't think that's possible.
That's not possible? Why?
I don't think it's possible because there's only one man standing in this aisle right now.
Ooh, because there's only one man standing in this aisle right now. Good God. I don't know just the building up to this situation. This is the only video I could actually find of this situation. My assumption is the guy who works for the airline is going down aisle to aisle, checking who's who on the flight log. Got to this aisle, and on his paper said, female, female. Shorty gotta stick up her ass and I'm not a female, actually. I'm a man. Yo's like, well, actually, this says female. Yo stands up and gets in his face. I mean, I guess we look a little like brothers. A little bit with the hats there. I guess I did. Shorty reminds me of the chick with the tampons.
Alright, out here shopping for tampons, but they don't have the tampons for men in yet. I'ma ask.
Hey, excuse me, sir.
So I found your normal tampons, but I'm actually looking for tampons for men today. Where would those be at?
I'm not sure if they're the same person. I'm not sure. They kind of remind me of the same person, but it definitely is real same vibe with old Shorty here. But you just imagine a woman who wants to be a man and then acting out what she thinks a man is in the most stereotypical of corny ways. And yet the world is supposed to just change everything to fit him.
Now sit down, little miss.
Look at that face. Look at that fucking face. Shorty sitting in front of this whole thing. She couldn't open her mouth no more if she fucking had a jack in there trying to split her whole jaw wide open. But good God, you just imagine, like, you're watching this happen and the offense you're taking is for old Shorty-O as she acts like a stereotypical wannabe bully.
Before I go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get TSA to come on this plane and haul you off. You want to make that big of a show about it?
Why would they haul me off?
You want to make that big of a show? Because you're not confirming the docket that I have.
You don't want to identify me as such?
Because I identify as a male? No. See, this is the reality of all this. This is just like the sad bottom line of all this. Is it's not enough if we were just on a case-by-case type thing, just respecting somebody who wants to kind of change the rules a little bit. They just want to destroy any sense of actual reality, every sense of history and science behind everything to fit each case differently. Every case will be differently. Everybody will want something more, want something less, will feel more important about this is what I want. They may not want that as much. The next person will want it tenfold. It's a whole juggling of just selfishness. It's self-centered selfishness like on steroids.
The government chose what to identify you when you were born in a hospital. They wrote M or F next to your birth certificate.
Okay, that is my life.
That was dictated by a power much greater than mine.
And I don't feel that way.
A higher power
like
than me. I'm not the authority.
So I'm a man.
Somebody want to tell her that's not how that works? I know a couple of y'all are kind of just wrapped up and in your own little echo chamber that really think that's how that works. Just because you feel like a man, don't actually make you a man. I mean, everything about you screams woman. You could do the baggy jeans and the t-shirt with the sleeves rolled up and the backwards hat. You look like you got like a size B cup on underneath that t-shirt. Like just everything about you screams woman. Only women would get in a man's face with that absolute disrespect and attitude. And only do it because they know, in their soul of souls, as a woman, they know most men ain't gonna hit you. Most men ain't gonna put their hands on you. So you just have a free reign to just be as disrespectful and ugly as you want to a man because you know a real man ain't gonna do it. If another man had stepped in that man's face and done that, he'd either been prepared to get knocked the fuck out or knock the fuck out. Men always got that in the back of their head. Do I want to do this? Is this a line I'm prepared to cross? Is this a bridge I'm prepared to burn? Women don't do that. Women will jump right off that cliff. Most, not all, of course. I preface everything with a big fat not all. But there's some women who just have that knowledge in the back of their head. A man ain't gonna hit a woman, so I can do whatever I want.
I'm not the authority that assigned you.
She need to get up out of his
Any authority at all.
She need to get up out of his face.
I agree. Thank you, sir.
He said, he.
I agree. Thank you, sir.
He. Yeah, you know, because that's totally what a man would have done. Oh, bro. It is no end. It is no friggin' end to this madness.
If you continue this display, if you cannot confirm what my docket says here, that there are in fact 2 ladies sitting in this aisle.
There is one. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, this woman behind her wants so bad. Wants to be the white knight of this. She just...
sitting in this aisle.
There is one. I'm sorry.
Fucking a second ago had her mouth open like this. Mouth was open like fucking this.
I have to
lady,
leave.
Correct? There is one lady
You're gonna have to
and
leave.
one man.
Well, that's not what it says I need in these seats in order to fly. So if you're going to continue to fight the facts...
Oh, can you just mind your fucking business, lady? Good God, yo, she just had to let that out. Yo behind her, no, I'm on your side. I got you. This is the fight I'm ready to fight. It doesn't matter that we all have to just ignore complete reality and lie to one another about everything. I got your back. You know, that'll give me some points to myself, knowing that I helped protect old Shorty-O here.
That I'm looking at right here, then I'm gonna have to haul you off because you could be a dangerous person. We don't know. We have no way of confirming
because
this.
I identify as a male.
Because you're not the person on my list.
Not because you identify as a male or you think you're a male. On his flight manifest, you're a female. You know, of the two people, it's not the guy who's doing the job that needs to kind of back down and accept anything. It's, of course, the woman who thinks she's a man. She's the one who just gets to dictate everything, and everybody else has to conform to her. She can't just say, yeah, it's me, whatever, dude, just go ahead, I'm done. Like, okay, we can go on with the flight now. She can't back down to that. It has to be the dude doing the job. Hey, bro, you have to deny reality. You have to deny everything you're there to do for Shorty's feelings. Like, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing?
You're not
because
the person
I
on my
am
list.
A man?
It's a simple one of two answers.
Are you mad because I'm
no
more man
gray
than
zone.
you?
Bro, they gaslight themselves. And these are just all the cheap, corny tricks that they use constantly. And they all just think they're just the greatest comeback in the world. Shorty, you're not more man than the gayest man I've ever known. That man is more manlier than you.
There's no gray zone.
Is that what you're mad about?
Is it really that big of a deal?
You want to get up?
Look at that look. Look at that look. Look at that. Look at that look. Yeah, I'm tough. I'm a man. This is what a man does, right? This is what a man does, right?
Is that what you're mad about?
I don't need this job. Look, you want to play big
Oh,
and
you
tough
don't need
man?
this job?
You want to play
Let's
big and tough
go.
man? All right. Look. Oh.
What?
Oh my God, cracking her knuckles. Her fucking little woman hands. She's fucking... I mean, it's what men do, right? Huh, nurse? It's what a man does, right? Right? Yeah, no, I look manly, right? You look like a caricature of a man. You look like a joke. And how just like everybody, half the fucking people in this world at this point are completely on Shorty's side. Like Shorty should be able to dictate to the world anything she feels because, you know, her feelings. But anybody else got a job, yeah, just deal with it, right? You know, it's on him to deal with it. Not old Shorty Yo that's like she's about to fucking do any goddamn thing.
No, don't lose your job. Don't lose your job. Don't lose your job.
You're right. I'm better.
Don't lose your job. Don't lose your
You're
job.
better than that.
Don't lose
but
your
you're
job.
not good enough
Sit
to
down.
identify
Sit down,
me.
ma'am.
Because in court, that's not gonna be. In court, that's not gonna be a man. Don't lose your job. Don't lose your job, brother. Don't lose it.
That's a good point, bro.
Abso-fucking-lutely right. In court, that ain't gonna be a man. In court, that ain't gonna fucking be a man. It will be you as a man beating up on a woman. Evidence be damned of all the shit Shorty just couldn't just sit down and just say, sure, yup, whatever, let's go about our day. You know, Shorty can't be bothered with that. Shorty is gonna die on this hill of, you will call me what I want. I will supposedly fight you if you don't just back down to me. And yet somehow, dude's wrong. Dude's wrong here, right? Dude's wrong. Shorty that's fucking the whole flight up. Totally understandable, totally reasonable, totally the sane one here.
In court, that's not a man.
Comply more if you just called him by his preferred pronouns.
Well,
oh God, Shorty, you've been holding that in for fucking 5 minutes, ain't you? 5 fucking minutes. The first single solitary hundredth of a second of silence. Shorty had to fucking drop that. She had to, why don't you just call her by her preferred pronouns? Mind your fucking business, Shorty. Turn around, watch some fucking TV or something. Jesus.
Right, if maybe you were being respectful.
I've got a pronoun right here on my docket, and that's non-negotiable. The person who bought this ticket needs to match the person that's sitting in the seat.
Okay,
Otherwise, you're
and
threatening every other life that's on this plane right now.
And I am the man sitting in his seat.
Okay, well, scribbling out female and writing man on the ticket on your phone doesn't change the thing that you were assigned at birth, all right?
Could you imagine she actually did that? Could you? And I totally believe she did it. Like, maybe she didn't, and that's just, he made that up on a spot, and kudos to him. But I can entirely picture Shorty fucking pulling up the old editor on her fucking iPhone photos, scratching out female, and just writing male on there. Totally reasonable, totally down to earth, feet on the ground. Everybody else is just a bigot, transphobe, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
You can't just change that. You
That's
can't just
what
make
she
that
did.
up. You can't
If
just
that's
go
what she
around.
did.
That's
not
where
how
are you
I
stopping
identify.
after that?
That's totally what almost all of these people are doing, is just walking around just making up shit as they go. As they live by every fucking gender binary and stereotype that's ever existed. infatuate themselves with it, bro. They're fucking just conceited with every fucking cornball stereotype you could ever imagine, but yet would imagine that they're breaking the binary by just living by every stereotype anyone's ever known. Shorty is the fucking most stereotypical man I've ever seen in my life. She's reacted and tried to sound like the most stereotypical bully punk teenager boy I've ever fucking known in my life.
Okay, what you personally identify, call yourself as, dress as, that's none of my business. I don't care. But when it comes to my job, when it comes to my job,
you're misgendering me.
You're misgendering yourself. That's what all y'all are doing. And then get mad because nobody else wants to play along with you. At a whim. Whatever you feel like, whenever you feel like it. Like, holy fucking shit, Batman. We are fucking fucked.
Making sure that there are two ladies sitting in this aisle. I have a responsibility to every other life on this plane to make sure that they're safe, making sure random people aren't getting on the plane.
Let me help you with this little docket you got. There's one lady and one man. There you go. Problem solved.
Then you
Move
need to get
on
off the
next.
flight right now.
I paid for my seat.
No, a lady paid for
my
this seat.
seat.
A female paid for this seat.
No, a male.
That's
paid
not what
for
it
my
says
seat.
right here.
Go ahead and
It
cross
says
off
right
it,
there
because
that a
male
female
is
paid for that
sitting
seat.
in his
Let me
seat.
see. Pull your ID out again.
For what?
Bro, just imagine being the one in this conversation. And just probably feeling 100 pressures. You know you're fucking getting recorded. You know you're on the job. You've already heard from Dingbat Shorty in the seat in front of her. You could only imagine the pressures this dude is feeling of like, what the fuck do I need to do here? Because I know what is what. I know black is white, up is down, the sky is blue. These are all things I know to be fact. To be the reality. I can look at Shorty. I'm looking at her right fucking here. She's a woman. She's a female through and through. Backward baseball cap and cracking your knuckles don't make you a fucking man. Feeling like one doesn't make you it. I can feel like I can fucking fly. I go fucking climb to the roof, jump off. I'm gonna crack my fucking head on the way goddamn down. Bro, I could just imagine just in this moment of this dude just being like, yo, my job is to prove who's who in the seats. Shorty is still fighting this. She's still on her feet, just chest puffed out, like she's about ready to go to war over this. And somehow, I'm telling you, there's a portion of the country who like this dingbat Shorty in the seat in front of her, who completely would side with wannabe yo. Fuck that, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro, shit is gonna get wild. Y'all didn't know when to stop. Y'all didn't know when y'all had to win. You just had to fucking go for it all. Motherfuckers gave you the inch, and now you're going for the whole fucking kilometer.
So you can see the little F next to sex.
It sounds like you're just a little fragile in your masculinity that you have to come at mine.
Oh, bro, how they think that's an actual fucking argument. Bro, I am so affirmed in my masculinity. There's nothing you could ever say to me that would make me not feel masculine. Least of all, a 5'2", 215-pound woman who swears to herself that she's a man. I can promise you, little shorty, that ain't the way that works. Good God almighty.
You know, I'm about to go get the air marshal.
Go get who you need to get.
You're not flying with us.
Get who you need to get.
This is a hot
I'm not getting anything.
This is an absolute hot mess.
Flying with us anymore. You're
I'm
gonna be
sitting
banned
in
and
my
blacklisted
seat.
from this airline.
Yeah, okay.
You see that little bounce?
From this airline.
Bro, like, what fucking kind of game are we playing here? Like, you're a blatant fucking woman. You're a blatantly woman's woman. And yet, you're still fighting this fight. You're still on this hill, ready to just die for it. And of course, old shorty in the front gotta just reaffirm to her, like, oh my God, I can't believe they just don't call you by your pronouns.
I really doesn't appreciate people like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not the asshole. I'm not in the wrong. It's not me that's in the wrong. I can never be in the wrong. It's just everybody else that don't do what I tell them to do, right? That must be convenient to just use that whenever the fuck you want, and you're never fucking wrong.
I don't.
Man.
Look, if he would have popped you in your face, that would have been bad. You need to chill.
Yeah, whatever, bro.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Yo with the camera recognized all of it from the very beginning. Only man with the other man that had a little bit of sense in that situation. It would have been real bad if Yo would have popped her. She'd have fucking went through the goddamn ceiling like a cartoon come out on a wing. Bro, this is fucking like the upside down, and I don't get how people are still like thinking affirming this lunacy is gonna help anybody. Least of all Shorty here that's just got the whole world confused. Bro, like look at this. Look at this chick. Like it's fucking hilarious. Bro, like I'm not a big guy, but I'm tall. Like I'm 6'3". I can only imagine Shorty stood up to me being this fucking tall, all of 115 pounds soaking wet, just swearing she's more of a man than I am. Cause she obviously feels like it. Yo, what you feel is never a determining factor with how the world fucking rotates. The world don't move to fucking help you and your feelings, sir. Feel better now? You feel better? Will you take your seat and shut the fuck up? You and dingbat Shorty in front of you? Jesus fucking Christ. Just take that plane straight to the fucking moon.